Hey guys, it's Michelle. How you doing? This is like my first. This is my first scope, so you'll excuse me if I don't got, if I'm a little all over the place. Thank you, Aura Electrical, for joining. I appreciate that. I really do. This is my first one, so you'll excuse me. I just wanted to take an opportunity to introduce myself and talk about what I do, why I do what I do, and talk about a very interesting offer that I'd like to make to people this week. So my name is Michelle Wise. Thank you, Diablo Blanco, for joining. I appreciate you. I really do. My name is Michelle Wise, and I'm a health and wellness coach. And I started this when I was trying to resolve a problem for myself. And I was almost 50 pounds overweight. I was in a medically induced menopause, and I was in a bad way, emotionally, mentally, and every other way that counted. I was really at the end of my rope, and I was ready to end it all. Okay. And it was only by the miracle of God's grace that that thought process was interrupted by this bouncy blonde on TV, kickboxing to house music, and showing me that exercise can be fun, and good nutrition can be fun as well. And it didn't have to be bland, and it didn't have to be this thing where, it was like you were just eating rice cakes and celery sticks all the time. You can actually make some really healthy meals using some of the old home recipes and just healthifying them, if you will. But this was a surprise. This is the thing that I discovered along the way to just kind of just starting to exercise. I had 50 pounds to lose, so I knew exercise. I was good. I had enough sense to know that exercise was going to at least help along that way. I knew eating better than I was before was going to help along that way. What I didn't know, and what was very interesting to me, was that come to find out, I was actually feeling better about myself, not just because I was exercising to lose weight, but I was feeling better about myself in the way that I looked at life. And I felt like I had some power. I had some power back to me. I could think more clearly, and I can be more rational, and I can solve problems more effectively. That surprised me like no other. The other thing that I was going through at the time was my marriage was ending. And just one day I looked in my husband's eyes and I realized that it was done. It was over this time. Like, we weren't going to be able to fix this. This wasn't something that, our love was dissipating. Like, it was gone. It was gone. The one thing that was holding us together, in spite of all of the craziness that we had gone through in 15 years of being together, that we always managed to come back from, we weren't going to be able to come back from this. And I think it was because there was something very fundamental that holds two people together, besides love, that wasn't going to hold us together, because we didn't have that fundamental foundation. And that's just basically having the same worldview. Anyway, I knew this was ending, knew I had to do something, and to get me back. I had to start paying attention to me, and I had to start, frankly, planning my exit strategy. And I was not going to be able to do that being an emotional mess. And frankly, when I started taking care of me, I was able to think about how this was going to end, what was going to happen, started thinking about things rationally. Okay, we had a house, we had cars. What was this going to look like? What was the ending of this marriage and inevitable divorce going to look like? Well, and every time I worked out, and every time I fed my body right, I gained more clarity. I became better at me. And thinking about my life without this person that I loved. Anyway, but what I soon discovered, like I said, what I soon discovered was that I was making better decisions. I was not being led by my emotions. I had to accept the situation for what it was, and I had to start planning my exit. I'm not going to be one to sit here and say that he did everything wrong and it was all wrong and everything like that. In fact, the clarity that I gained forced me to think about myself and what was it that I was doing wrong? What was it that brought me to this point to where my marriage failed? How did I contribute to this failure? I'm not saying that process was easy, but it was necessary. And every time I think about a problem that arises in my life, how did I contribute? The first question I ask is, how did I contribute to that? And I've got to tell you, through a lot of personal development and taking care of my body, both nutritionally and through exercise, I was able to discover there was a lot of things, there was a lot of enabling going on, there was a lot of allowances that were going on that made me miserable, made him miserable, and were in conflict with standards I had always set for my life. And I was ready to compromise those standards to be with this person, but that ended up making me compromising me. So you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't compromise who you are for somebody else, regardless of how much you love them and how much you want to be with them and how much you don't want to be alone. That's just like, it's garbage. Sorry, it's garbage. Anyway, why am I a health and wellness coach? And why do I want to share this with you? Why do I want to help you if you need help with nutrition and exercise? Why do I want, if you need to overcome adversity in your life and you need to get clarity and you need to get mental and emotional clarity. Why am I doing this? It's necessary. It's necessary. You can't get to a point in your life where you're eating everything that you want to eat, you're putting on the pounds, you're getting older, you're succumbing to all manner of obesity-related diseases, and you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself because you're sick and you're in pain all the time. It's not necessary. 10 years into menopause, I do not have the issues that menopausal women have. That is wholly and completely is attributed to exercise, good nutrition. And now, don't get me wrong, it's a lifestyle. You have to, I'm not saying I stopped eating candy and I stopped having chocolate cake at my nephew's, birthday parties. And, I can't go to a barbecue and I stopped celebrating Thanksgiving because there's too much, food around. I have learned to create balance when it comes on to these kinds of things. So 80% of the time I'm eating right. 20% of the time I have a drink with my girlfriends, or I have, or I have a slice of pizza, or I have birthday cake. But what I am saying is that when you start taking care of your body, it's not just your body that changes. It's a fabulous side effect. But your mind changes and your perspective changes. Okay? So the other thing I wanted to also talk about with you is, turn it this way because honestly I can't see your comments if you're making any at all. So I hate to not be interacting with you, so I apologize. Like I said, this is my first scope, so I'm getting used to how this thing all works and everything, and I don't want to be ignoring you guys if you're talking to me, but so I apologize. Anyway, so there's an offer that I wanted to give you guys, and I hope you'll take advantage of it. Basically, what this offer is it is a meal plan that includes all of your meals, tells you when to eat it, and a shopping list. And so essentially what it is that I kind of give you like a recipe ebook, and it has all of your meals included in it. And it's breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, and they're all broken down. Recipes that you can create in less than 30 minutes. That's key. I know how busy everybody is. And I will also provide a shopping list. So it's a shopping list for all of these recipes. It's over a 7-day period. And the third thing that comes with this offer is that we get to hang out in a Facebook group and swap recipes and talk about how we tweak some of them for our own taste, and just kind of have this little community where we're all just trying to eat right, and we're all just trying to just treat our bodies better and try to get back to us. You know what I mean? Try to empower ourselves through good nutrition. And I'm telling you, you might think about it now like, girl, what are you talking about? Oh, empowering yourself through good nutrition. Girl, you would be surprised at what changes will be made when you start doing this, when you start actively taking care of yourself. I'm telling you, when it happened to me, I was like, what? Where'd that come from? I'm telling you. So it's you know, if you're perfectly healthy and you don't need no new ideas about your meals, you eat perfectly healthy all of the time, and you're one of the few of us that is strict about your diet and you never eat sugar or bread or anything like that, you're good. Can I join your group? I need that kind of discipline. But if you're like the everyday person who probably just needs a little bit of direction, you know, as far as just eating better, doing a little bit better each day, so that you do a little bit better each day to improve your eating habits, then this is the group for you. So let me know, comment, let me know if you want to be a part of this, because I'm going to be offering it really soon. We're talking about as soon as the next few days, and I'd love to go ahead and make sure that you get this. So thanks for taking the time to listen to this. If you're going to watch it in the replay, be sure to go ahead. I think you can still add comments. Like I said, I'm still learning this stuff, so you're gonna have to bear with me, okay? Maybe I'll just scope every day until I get it right, okay? Comment, or you can go over to Facebook, because I actually put this up in Facebook Live on my page, Michelle Wise. Michelle Wise. If you do facebook.com/Michelle Wise 1969, you'll see a similar live broadcast like this one. Okay? Anyway, thank you for being here. I so appreciate it and everything. I'm glad that you took the time to just kind of listen to me yap and look at this new person trying to navigate scope and everything like that. But I had fun. I had fun doing it. And I wanted to take an opportunity to kind of reach out to you guys. Like I said, I'm a health and wellness coach, and I want to add value to people who might need some direction in exercise and nutrition. And I enjoy it, love it, changed my life so much. And I want to share it with you. So take care. All right then. Bye.